Hello, welcome back to the Pokemon Infinity UU tournament. We're here with another post-commentary this time. This is Hotwings, and we're seeing it from Hotwings' perspective against Josh. This is the third round of the lower bracket, and it's for a place in the semi-final of the lower bracket to face myself. So I've got a particular vested interest in this match. I'll be watching closely. I lost to Hotwings, in fact, and I've seen Josh play one of their matches and do quite well. So let's see who can come out on top here. Will it be Josh's Crobat? Or will it be Hotwings' Milotic squad? Let's find out. Well, we see the Pelipper lead. So we've got Rain up already from Blastoise 2, which Milotic doesn't mind. This will do good damage to Pelipper, in fact. It's good chip, and the burn, always helpful. Pelipper wants to U-turn out, and let's see what Josh wants to go into. Grimmfowl, okay, so Grimmfowl obviously probably wants to fire off a Hypnosis here. Milotic is going to get outsped, and not much you can do about that. Very specially bulky, of course. I think I'd like just to see us stay in here. Ooh, the nasty plot. That's scary. Gosh. Josh is just going for game, huh? Okay, we need a quick wake up here. This is going to do a lot of damage. Yeah. Haze. See, the thing is, the haze comes out, but now you just get put to sleep again. You possibly just need to get chip here. You can't really do much about the sleep. Okay, well, this next turn is going to be a nasty plot, so what I'd like to see is a switch into something that can outspeed Grimmfowl and hopefully do some damage to it. Unfortunately, looking at Hotwings' squad, it matches up awfully into Grimmfowl. You've got nothing super effective. The only thing that resists Dark is Lucario, which is neutral to Hurricane and gets absolutely blasted. So Milotic is actually the best answer that Hotwings has to Grimmfowl here. And unfortunately, because it's getting outsped, it really can't get much done. It has to basically spam Haze does not get swept, or Ice Beam to try and get some chip. But it's not going to get enough turns awake, and it's going to unfortunately just die in the next couple turns or so. Josh now is free to just nasty plot again. This is already looking grim for Hotwings. Grimmfowl is a relatively underappreciated mon in some ways in Infinity. It's obviously very bulky. It's got kind of a middling speed stat, which can be enough to really cause troubles against slow walls like Milotic. But the fact that it's got no guard Hypnosis plus no guard Hurricane makes it just a terrifying mon to switch into. If you don't have an absolute hard wall, and I can't think of many of those. Unimon would be an example of one. Also benefits from Natural Cure, but that's OU obviously. It's very difficult to deal with. You need a clear speed control mon that can also deal good damage to it. Or something that's unaware, of course, would help against nasty plot sets, but I think in this situation I don't see a solution here for Hotwings, unfortunately. We'll see what he can do, but that's one mon down. Guardian, of course, resists Hurricane and has reasonable bulk if it's invested the right way. But the issue with letting Milotic go down is you basically give it another chance to get a sleep up. The way you deal with a guaranteed sleep move is you just sacrifice a mon to sleep, and you accept that that mon's just going to be asleep for the rest of the match. And yes, you can kind of basically write that Pokemon off, but it at least gives you a chance to get in. So if, for instance, on that first turn of Hypnosis, I mean, I was the one saying he should have stayed in and tried to go for Ice Beam. That's before I knew it was nasty plot. If on that first turn of Hypnosis he'd gone straight into Guardian and basically started calm minding up, that would probably have been his best chance to deal with this. But now he's basically at the whim of Hypnosis, and his fast Pokemon unfortunately can't really stay in. And this might even be an Oko, yeah. Gosh, we could be looking at a 6-0 here. Of course, Alakazam we know is not Focus Sash, and even if it is, it doesn't have a move that can kill Grimmfowl. It can outspeed, it can get some chip off, which I think is what needs to happen here. We need to see a Focus Blast come out. I don't think it's going to kill. Maybe it will. No, I don't think so. I mean, if it's Life Orb, it might have a chance to kill, but I don't... Wow, okay, well Josh was scared of the Life Orb. Scared of the Focus Blast, excuse me. And an unfortunate miss there. which doesn't really give Hotwings much encouragement. Crobat obviously comes in for free on the Focus Blast. Bit of a risk if Alakazam had tried to go for Psychic there, but nevertheless we see the switch be forced there, and Crobat's free to just come back into... Oh, interesting. I would have liked to see, to be honest, Grimmfowl to come back there. No reason not to. It can outspeed Hypnosis and keep doing what it's doing. We do see, obviously, the Magneton to come out be immune to Toxic, which is pretty safe against this Pokemon. Starts getting Leech Seed recovery. Super Fang, did we see a Super Fang miss just there? Maybe we did. Of course, there's Pain Split as well on Bakemon, so once it starts getting low, it can gain some health back, but Magneton has terribly low base HP, so it wouldn't be gaining very much. Sphinxion here, probably trying to get Stealth Rocks up a chance. Yeah, we do see this. Well, okay, interesting. Thunderwave. I'm not really sure that was the most efficient use of a turn when you're this far behind. I don't think slowing down a Magneton when you have a Lucario that can threaten it is going to help you a great deal. I'd like to see Rocks up ASAP. There we go. Of course, you do get the full paralysis, so in a way, you got the free turn there, which paid off. I guess Thunderwave's never bad in that sense. It's just a 25% chance to gain momentum in the fight, so always good. Lucario should come out here. You need to make some stuff happen very quickly, and a Lucario sweep is about the only win condition you've got left. If you can get to +2, it's definitely going to kill with close combat on the Grimmfowl from where we're at. I really would have liked to see Lucario come in here. I don't think you're gaining much. Well, it does avoid the Leech Seed, but I think you need to play fast at this point. Because Magneton can just regenerate anything that happens to it at this point. It doesn't really care about this extra chip damage. Yeah, and Josh finds the switch, and that was very well timed from Josh. I think he got a sense that there was going to be some sort of aggressive play coming. And Pelipper comes out and of course threatens to get a nice rain boosted Scald off in Lucario, potentially burn it, and it's very difficult for Hotwings to stay in here. Decides to go out into Bakemon. Goes for the Hurricane. Oh, this is quite an offensive set on Pelipper then. We probably don't have Defog here. Roost, Hurricane, Scald, U-turn, I would assume. I think Defog probably on Crobat. And here is the Crobat. Takes the Rocks damage. We're probably going to see a Defog come out now to avoid taking Rocks chip on Grimmfowl, which I think Josh is really definitely eyeing as the win condition for this fight. We saw, just looking at the team, how difficult it is for Hotwings to deal with Grimmfowl in general, so... Not going to be gaining much back with Roost, but a little bit after the Super Fang there. Now I think we'll see a Defog come out. There it is. And of course Sphinxion, I know from my fight with Hotwings myself, does not have Rock Blast, so it can't actually do anything to Crobat here. It can Thunder Wave it, which is handy, but he's not going to give it the chance. Oh no, reading the Thunder Wave, very smart. This has been very well played from Josh so far. Aside from the fact that I would have liked to see Grimmfowl come out on Bakemon, I think this has been very well played overall. I don't really see Hotwings having a way out here, but we'll see what he can do. You never know, miracles can happen. Seismitoad, another difficult Pokemon to deal with. Of course, this does have Levitate, so it can at least avoid the Earth Power, Earthquake, whatever it might be. And we'll see the Pain Split, which is smart because Seismitoad's got quite a nice HP stat. There'll be a lot of recovery here for Bakemon if it can get the Pain Split off. Goes into Crobat, again, very smart. This is such a safe switch for Josh. There's almost nothing that the Bakemon can do long term to Crobat. It's kind of a stalemate really, but it allows Josh to always pivot. Yeah, I think that's smart. I think expecting the U-turn, Hotwings was trying to catch the switch with the Toxic, which I think you'd need to be making these kind of plays now, because it, you know, fairly risk-free. All it does is give you more pain split recovery on the next turn. And it means that if you do see the switch come out, it gives you at least some chance, particularly if it's Grimfowl coming in. Yeah. It's just nothing. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think extreme speed kills here. I think it probably does about 30%. We know this Lucario isn't Life Orb, we still don't know what item it is. Might be a Muscle Band or something else, I have no idea. Silk Scarf, I don't know. But I think this is GG here now. Crobat basically, yeah, does about 30%. Yeah, Crobat can just happily roost up. And now it's free to attack to prevent the Swords Dance. And all we see now is Bakemon and Alakazam, and Alakazam of course gets outsped. Probably dies to a Brave Bird. That's all he can hope for now, is that it can somehow live a Brave Bird. And maybe crit Focus Blast on the... Okay, it goes for the U-turn. Same difference, I guess. Managed to survive. Pretty good result there. Expecting the Psychic, I would assume Grimfowl comes in here, but there might be a safer switch, maybe a Sacrifice. Okay, the Ego Tangrowth, yeah. Takes that very nicely. Now we can see the Focus Blast, and maybe we'll hit. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be good. But I think this came down to those first few turns where we saw not enough initiative playing around the Hypnosis, which is tough to do, but you really need to just accept your losses in certain situations. You can't try and kind of come out of every situation on top. You have to somehow accept, okay, I'm going to lose Milotic for maybe the rest of the match, or at least for a while, but what that means is I can then bring in something that can actually do stuff rather than just getting Hypnosis out of the game. And we lost a few Pokemon because of that to start with, and now it's just kind of been tough. There's obviously something like Guardian, if it was still around, would be Hotwings' natural answer to Crobat. But without that now, it's very difficult to make progress, and we don't even see the KO come from Focus Blast, so that's going to be GG now. Nothing, of course, that Bakemon can do to Tangrowth. Can't Toxic, can never kill with Super Fang, and it's going to be GG. So, well played, Josh. Played to his win condition quite well. Sensed to be aggressive at the start. Saw that there was not a huge amount that Hotwings could do really to Grimfowl, and brought it in and made real gains early in the match. I think that's one thing to think about, is you don't always need to win the game with your sweepers. With your, with a nasty block sweeper, for instance, you don't need to clean late game. You can also do damage early game if you can time your aggression. Josh did that really well. So yeah, unlucky for Hotwings. It was a bad matchup, I think. Definitely a bad matchup. Having basically no dark resist. Your only dark resist would be a Lucario. Lucario doesn't really act as a resist in any scenarios, so yeah. And obviously same goes for flying. Only one Pokemon to resist flying. So yeah, Grimfowl ruled the roost there, and we see Josh advance to the semi-finals of the lower bracket, where he'll play myself. The winner of that match will play Atea in the lower bracket finals, and the winner of that match will play Haji-sama, who awaits in the grand final. So we've got all that to look forward to, and we will see you in the next video.